So same type of system, but this one is going back a little bit further, and you can see there. Now, we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. We spoke about just monitoring volatility, because remember that the euro US dollar, once you start pushing these brick sizes up, you're going to open yourself up. Now let's have a quick look at the cycle trader strategy. The idea with the cycle trader is we buy support and sell resistance, buy support, sell resistance. Now we don't get into a trade, and I'll just move that out of the way. We're not going to get into a trade if we break support or resistance. Now the beauty about the Renko bars is they do a very, very good job of just oscillating between support and resistance. So when these things do run, they just run beautifully. But now it has got a self-adjusting strategy in that if you are in a trend, like you can see here, if you're running the trend trade down, then the cycle trader won't be working. It just won't come on. It's only when you get your first print of, you lose the trend and you go back to that green brick or the red brick, and you print that first level of support or resistance. So it's a little bit intuitive in relation to the market phase. It'll stay out of the trend trade, but once it's in a cycle trade, obviously it's not going to be able to determine when it's going to break out. So it's just taking support, resistance, buy and sell options until eventually it'll get knocked out, because eventually this market will break out. But we need to remember that 20% of the time this market will be trending. So the other 80% of the time you've got these different phases that aren't breaking out or aren't trending. So you've got an advantage of capitalizing on the cycle activity that occurs in the euro US dollar, euro yen. And I'll take you through a couple of these, because there are some really, really good opportunities if you just increase your brick size a little. Now, obviously when you increase your brick size, you're going to be increasing your stop slightly, but if you just consider for a minute that, okay, well, I'm going to have to take a little bit more risk, but if you look at the overall trade, if you look at the overall average trade net profit, 106.89, that is fantastic. So that's just that's not quite as good as Yarn's one, obviously. That's running at 164, so well done, Yarn. But this is probably got, the reason why this is a little bit lower, it's because it's got a lot more data on it. So it's been through this kind of this patch here of fairly sideways equity growth. There's nothing really there, and a bit of a drawdown here. But you can see there, this thing has been just kicking goals pretty much consistently on the cycle. So again, if you're trading multiple strategies and you're trading the cycle trader, so what would be the ideal if you're running a multi-system strategy here on the euro US dollar? Your ideal situation is to be obviously trading the cycle and then getting the opportunity to get in on the trend. Now, I've been working on some of the reversal type strategies for us to include as well. So that's looking at where, with the currencies, where the market reverses and we get into a long or short based on that reversal strategy. And I'm coming up with some good workspaces to send out shortly for that as well. So guys, thanks to Yarn for his update on that 10 Renko. So thank you again.